astounded they're able to make that work with the upgraded pistols. Really, really good stuff. Entering in and Giuliano sealing the deal. 1-3. So a chance for them to get started. A little bit of nade damage on Demimi, but so far, relatively struggled start, a labored start for ORIGINEM, but that might be just what they needed, just what the doctor ordered to get them back underway.
Yeah, I like the way that they deal with the AWP and M4 hold, right? They just throw like a wall of smokes at B, and that effectively leaves like Fatal in a 1v5 inside of the site. This round, they get into B again, only this time Fatal doesn't stick around to give up this gunfight and turn this back into a 4-on-4. Instead, she's repositioned and she shuts down Krasi from back here towards Spool. She's looking for a little bit more. However, creeping up close by the oil train, there is Zaz. She finds herself in the backline, gonna have to deliver a lot. And actually, only good for one. The Deagle of Victoria has come alive, and this leaves Petra all alone. She's got a bit of a range advantage over some of these players. Oh, there's the no-scope. Needs even more, but a missed shot. And that's all it takes. Defuse comes on in, and once again, it's another one of these like partial investment. I mean, I say partial, force buys rather, to find success. An immediate response from DETFOX as they'll put that fourth up.
Okay, everything I said about that being a good starting point, just erase it from your memory. I take it all back. What? That's nicely done from DETFOX. And another round. And this is what I talked about with ORIGINEM. As well as they played on Overpass in that second half to make the comeback happen, there were a couple heartbreak rounds in the post plants for the most part. Here again, another one's delivered. They're losing some pretty critical rounds in both of these maps so far. That one right there could have been a chance for them to get started and some momentum, some kind of a streak, and instead they pass it right back to DETFOX.
Oh, and they try another one of these fast A plays, but they haven't really been working to the advantage of ORIGINEM at all yet. Every time, they're just caught by these like very, very long angles being held from DETFOX. No one's going aggressive. You know, you don't have any players pushed up towards the trains. They're just holding, and you know, that kind of leaves ORIGINEM pushing through their own smokes and with these flashes going over, but it doesn't feel like it's finding the results that they're expecting at all. And now this is where the question kind of becomes, right? Like T-side train, it can feel like after a while you're just running into a brick wall when the ideas you have aren't working. I always feel like train's one of the harder maps to try and
it can, yeah,
you know, like kind of pug it out on almost. That's maybe the wrong word, but
no, it's nearly impossible to pug this map in any way. It certainly is one of those maps where it just starts to feel so restrictive if your initial plan does not work. And the other, ooh, that's some good damage on the Keisu. Surely we're not going to get another turn around with just pistols and armor. Elizabeth, the nice kill, and Keisu, that should be most of the danger swatted aside. Although Petra stepped up to the plate. She's going to go down. Yeah, the real tough part is you win a force buy round as ORIGINEM, and then you lose one to DETFOX, and you give them an op, you give them an AK, and you give them money to buy utility, and then your next round after that is like a fast-paced outer hit with all 5 players coming out of T mid and ladder room, and that's where they have the utility to stop that. They have the AWP. They have the range to to go on top of that utility. And I mean, you just get slaughtered. So now all of a sudden the economy for DETFOX is pretty damn solid.
Yeah, nice pick from Giuliano playing that out of spawn. I'm curious if that's going to find its way back into the hands of Petra. You can see that they're joining up together over here towards main. She's still holding on to it for now, and there is someone working their way up close in the form of Elizabeth, but that's where Petra's position is key, right? She was playing anti-flash, so that if anyone did try and go aggressive with a flashbang, they would have got dealt with. There's no flash for Elizabeth, and she goes in dry. She's going to learn to regret that one. Keisu will respond and leaves us back in a 3-on-3. Even though they've got Petra deep within A, the rest of the gang are outside of B. This bomb is back in T main. This is running the risk of being like too much of a messy round, because now you've got to go back and get this bomb, and this just leaves a series of 1v1s across the map. Zaz gets one, but now they might be able to deal with it. However, this A site is still open thanks to Petra's position.
Yeah, but I mean, not only Petra but Zaz as well. They're just going to end this like the bomb. Be damned. What a great play from Zaz to take up all that space at the inner bomb site. And they found their second round. They picked up an op as well. And actually, I mean, it's just Fatal with any legit amount of cash behind her, so she's going to drop some guns over. That's a great pick from Giuliano. Just good finds all across the board, but this is the round-winning play from Zaz.
All right, Jason. So we got the pistols out again, and
why not?
Yeah, I'm hoping that this time things can make a little more sense. And with how Originum are kind of poising themselves early on, they're not going for any of these like Hail Mary rushes into a pistol stack. They've slowed it right down, and I'm hoping we just kind of see them wait it out in the beginning. You know, wait and see if there's any aggression from DETFOX. Wait and see if you can kind of cheese a kill away and then play around that. Looks like they are going to start to progress Giuliano out through main.
I'm fine with the chaos.
Something.
I'm fine with them just rushing out, seeing what they find. Ooh, a shot to the face. A follow-up from Victoria. And so it begins.
Yeah, only this time, right, they kind of had like a fail-safe. They had this B play locked in the chamber, and it's come through nice and quickly. However, blindsided by the aggression. Jason, it's happening again, man.
Yeah, fail-safe, you say, huh?
Yeah. What happens when the fail-safe fails? What do you do then? Fatal in with another. Petra and Mimi left standing, but Mimi's been whittled down. Krasny falling inside of the site. Petra trying to come in from ramp to help her teammate out, but a missed shot. However, with no one falling from Originum, this is still an okay place to be. You know there's not the utility. You can try and play around this bomb. Mimi falls, and the round is over. It's DETFOX picking it up with the pistols again.
Well, add that one to the list. That's yeah, that's a round you just should not be losing. Yeah. I don't even know necessarily how this happens.
It's a tricky one, right?
I know. Let me watch this. I mean, obviously this SMG does some work. That kill, and obviously this duel against Krasny as well. I don't know. It felt like to me like Originum was almost they secured the bomb site so quickly and efficiently that they were just like taking the next step, the utility into the choke points, and just getting caught off guard. But man, that's a tough one to deal with if you're Originum. You've had your chances to get going on this T side, and twice now you've dropped the ball. So this is going to start getting frustrated. If they can't at least win this round, then it starts to get really stressful environment for your T side.
Also, you know, you kind of think about like how DETFOX are playing this CT side back on Overpass, and how it felt like, you know, they were a little bit scared at times, you know, maybe giving too much respect to Originum. I like that we're seeing, you know, starting to go a bit aggressive in towards Pop and Main, and, you know, deep smoking Main, just to lock that angle off from the Originum T side, not really giving them too many options. Because that's the thing, at this point in the round, you deep smoked Main, you're assuming that there's no one there. You had players checking it, and now they've fallen back. And, you know, you had players in Pop as well. So it's like they're either Ivy or they're going B again, and it is this B play, and they were poised with the majority of players towards this side of the map. However, Zaz getting that opener, and now the smoke's going down, locking Victoria out on this orb. It's done a good job of setting up Originum in the post plot, but there's one from the AWP.
Yeah, just don't peek before the post plant. You have the post plant set up, you have a 5-on-3, there's no reason for anyone to go down, and that's another play that's a bit dicey, but Mimi on the flank. Victoria is gonna get the follow-up shot, a 2-on-2, and surely not again. There's plenty of time left in this bomb timer. Giuliano inside the smoke, over towards sidewalk. She misses the spray. She's going to go down. It's all Keisu. many more. Again, pistols and armor for the Originem attack. This is good stuff from DETFOX. I don't know. This whole series, unfortunately, even if it turns out Originem wins this, for me, it's kind of like coming into this, I would have thought these girls were the overwhelming favorites, and I think that gets shaken up a little bit, you know, with this kind of a look at how they're playing.
Yeah, 100%. Especially what we've seen from some of the other squads thus far as well, right? Like I think. Man, I'll hold this thought for now because there's a bomb plant inside of A. These pistols have been able to get nice and close. Victoria, she seems very proficient at just dodging bullets. I feel like a lot of the time she really overstays her welcome somehow, some way. Giuliano does mop up one with the tech, but she's not able to retrieve that AWP that was dropped. Fatal has this position locked in and is looking for this trade. She's thirsting for the blood. And Giuliano forced out into the open, goes down. Maria looking for the trade, but just get brought down low.
Ooh, good read.
To deter her though, and that's the kill. The AWP's retrieved, and AKs as well can be picked up by Maria. There's also an AWP down in Ivy, so I'm imagining they're trying to get them both, and they will. 9 on the board for DETFOX, and now the buy coming back in for Originem. What I was going to say, Jason, is earlier on today, we had the Vodafone Giants playing in this, and what impressed me most is they seemed like a very tactically sound team, and, you know, at times it felt like maybe they were lacking the firepower in some of the situations, but the ideas they had and, you know, the way that they were playing off of each other was really good. And I think the competition's seeming pretty high right now, so I don't know if just the kind of bravado and confidence that we're seeing from Originem is going to be enough to lock in these victories at this event.
No, I mean, for me, the surprising thing is all that experience and all that time playing together. I think the post plants have been very, very sketchy, as I've said a number of times. So, I mean, if those things clean up, I feel like Originem would have a much better half, and obviously, maybe even would have been able to close the overpass a little bit earlier. But still, we'll have to see how this plays out. For the moment, Fatal inside the smoke, again having a good first half. 13 and 6 for her. Victoria's under pressure, and she's going to back away. The shoulder peaks, finally baiting out a shot, but she's in safety, so it doesn't matter too much.
Oh, that's a spot. Oh, the accidental weapon switch from Petra. We've all been there. We've all done it. But Mimi's here, and she ain't switching weapon anytime soon. Double kill from her. Onto the triple. Almost back in with the flick into connector, but she gets brought down very, very low. 7 points of health. The AWP swinging out, and Casey is going to solidify it. Really nice try from Mimi to make something of that round. She seems very, very comfortable and and good in those situations, right, where like everything has just gone to chaos and you need someone to step up. She was there to deliver, but sadly just didn't have the rest of the squad behind her to kind of follow through, and that falls apart, especially with the double con rotate. She just wasn't ready. She was very, very tunnel visioned onto the player who'd already slipped by.
Man, I mean, DETFOX is really lucky to get away with that round. There's a lack of communication. Those players pushed up towards E-Box either didn't get the communications or it was never passed on to them that Ivy was wide open. They're very lucky that entire defense didn't just get decimated. Good find.